Finally, I can cheer for Huey again. After a series of films where this son of an asshole was, well, an asshole, Jack Quaid has a solid outing in this underrated action film. Directed by Dan Burke and Robert Olson, two people who should definitely be directing a future like John Wick property or a DC action project. I'm just saying, these guys are awesome. They're directing. It's a lot of show don't tell, a lot of subtle little things that they do that make this film just choice, especially in the character work. Outstanding. When the girl of his dreams is kidnapped, a man turns his inability to feel pain into an unexpected advantage as he fights his way to get her back. Now, the foundation of this film is laid very strongly in the beginning. It starts out with Nate, and we like him, and we like his meet cute that he has with Sherry. They work together, but they also work perfectly together. She's his sunshine. Even though they only technically go out once, she does something that he rarely is able to do. She's able to make him feel. Like taking revenge on his school bullies, or sharing their scars together. It's the idea that they're both broken, but they can be broken together. And Nate is actually a really great guy. In the very opening sequence, he manages to help a guy, even though he has to close his business, find a way to manage to keep his house. It's those little character beats that make you really like Nate. He's a good dude. And that makes you even happier when they begin to peel back each other's layers, understanding one another. A moment I loved is when she shows him some of her scars that she has on her stomach from self-harm, and he calls her beautiful. Moments like that go a long way. Now, let me make a quick point. The marketing for this film did it no favors. While it came off as a generic action film, it's a lot more than that. I think in some aspects it has a lot more heart, more comedy, and an insane amount of inventive action. Not just a generic action, point, fight, fist. No, it's very creative in the action. Seriously. I've seen it done a million times where guy must save woman he loves. But there are so many added dimensions because he can't feel pain. They're shockingly very inventive with the action sequences. I'll just say this: broken glass, and I'll give one away. There's a point where a specific weapon is dropped into a fryer, and you think because the fryer's going and it's boiling, it's hot oil, right? It's frying oil. You think, oh, that weapon is out of play, and then Nate grabs the weapon and uses it, giving himself third-degree burns, but he keeps going. And that's what I mean. It's inventive action sequences that make this film so solid. And again, I will say this: tattoo parlor, broken glass, watch that scene. I love that scene. That might be my favorite scene in the whole film. It's a little basic with the whole bank robbery angle going wrong, but spoiler alert here. It turns out Sherry was technically part of the robbery team, sort of. Like, she didn't want anyone to die, but she just technically kind of worked with that team. Now, Nate is about to make it to Sherry, but unfortunately her brother is one of the robbers, and the dude is legitimately disturbed and deranged. More action and violence ensues, and I'm happy to say this one has multiple endings. At first, you think that when the cops show up and arrest people, you think, oh, it's over. That's kind of out like a whimper. But then everything goes south, and Nate is kidnapped in an ambulance, and it only gets better. We have a pretty solid high-speed car chase culminating in an all-time great fight. Actually, the more I think about it, Sherry's brother was kind of the underdog because he's fighting a guy that can't feel pain. So is that really fair? I don't know. But Nate unalives him in a very creative way using his Look, just watch the movie. I promise you're in for a treat. And honestly, I call it maybe an instant classic when it comes to an action film. Definitely a movie I will rewatch. Novocaine for me at least is an 8 out of 10. Most likely a top 10 contender for the year. But what did you think of Novocaine? Let us know down below. We'd greatly appreciate it. I'm going to catch you all next time. We'll see everybody.